definitely not green. The green room, can I get some more ice? If you're not in the band, you can't get in. Gyrating. Yeah,
Dude, I love that you played that. I didn't know you would know that or like it. That's the jam, dude. I
it is
love
the
Ting
jam.
Tings.
I know I do. I used to rock. Like I had like a single of theirs, and it wasn't even a popular one, and I would just jam it all the time.
Dude, that whole record is good, and I don't know why they really didn't catch on as a bigger name. What do you think?
Uh, yeah, I don't know. That song seemed like it was such a big one. Um,
Yeah,
maybe they're
you'll
bigger.
hear it in a Macy's maybe, but
Yeah, or in like a Jason Bateman film or something.
nice. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that, man.
dude. Well, we made it happen. We're here. We're pressed for time. We're talking fast. Yeah, sorry, man. It's so hard. I mean, yeah, it's like weekends are hard, and then weekdays are hard for me because I got freaking just stuff,
I know, man. I
going
know.
on.
And I wanted to come in a little bit early, but I remember you were saying, "Hey, how about 9:15?" And I thought,
Yeah,
"But am I funny yet? I think I need 10 more minutes."
you got to hit the sweet spot, dude. Like honestly, you caught me off guard because I was like, he's going 9:30.
Yeah.
Just sitting around. I haven't put my funny hat on yet.
Dude, I put mine on, as you can see.
I like that. So
You see what it
for
says?
yeah, for Tana, we, that's our listener.
Yeah.
Bray's got a sweet trucker Vallejo hat.
Yeah, these are
That's
hard to
nice.
find. Well, actually, so if you go to just any art and wine festival, they're gonna have a booth with this. They make just about every city in the Bay Area is represented. They have all these black hats, and so look
Nice.
for, oh my gosh, or outer Bay Area, oh, there's
Yeah.
Modesto, I got to get
Yeah.
it. So
I bet.
as soon as I saw the V Town, I had to get it.
Yeah, dude. I bet they don't have Oakley.
You might be surprised.
Yeah.
What they didn't have was Shingle Springs.
Oh
So
man,
that was unfortunate, but
get it
we did get
together.
we did get the V Town. Let me ask you this though: when you think, well, not like you think of it often, but if you think of Vallejo, what comes to your mind? Anything?
Guns.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. I think of the well, I lived there and I was born there, first of all, but
Nice. Oh, jeez.
one thing I think is a nice little nugget from there is In Too Deep. Do you remember that?
Oh, is that a band?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm rubbing my eye. I
yeah,
put
you got something in it.
I put turmeric in my coffee, and I think I had some on my finger, and I just put it into my eye, dude. Oh my god.
Dude, what a turmeric face.
It's
That sucks.
freaking yeah. I think I'm okay.
I put hot sauce in my coffee and I was just rubbing my eye.
Yeah, it's so weird. So In Too Deep. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
do you
like a
remember them? They had
R&B band?
no, it's like it's a hip hop duo, a rap
Oh, okay.
duo, and they had one hit called Back to the Hotel.
Oh yeah, of course. I know that song.
Yeah,
Is that the one with the sax intro?
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I think I used to play like Mega Man on Sega Genesis and listen to that shit.
Yeah, dude.
Jeff, do
And I
your
knew that when
homework.
she saw me, baby doll was gonna jump me. Yeah, little spy theme going on. It starts out V Town, brother. Check it out. I'm about to throw down the stuff ahead, the shit that had your toe down.
You're like, it starts out, and then you're like, and then the middle's like, and then the end is like,
I did. I'm very into it. Right? Yeah. Here's the bridge. Yeah,
yeah,
bridge.
yeah. Here's the other part of it. Yeah, nice, dude.
Nice, man.
Yeah, Vallejo. But you know what? See, that's the thing. These cities get a bad rap, right? Like,
Right.
you're
Right.
just kind of known for, I guess, like maybe crime or whatever. But
Mm.
I've hung out in Vallejo because Steve Moon has, or I don't know if he still owns that
No, he
house, but
sold it to Swan.
oh, beautiful. Um, so we used to hang out there, not like hang out. I don't know what we were doing there actually. But we went down by the water,
Yeah.
and there's a really nice brewery out there, and it was so nice. It was amazing. And
Yeah.
actually,
The waterfront's nice over there.
yeah, and Steve's neighborhood was nice too. It's like it's a really good spot, and like it's right at the water. It's
Long as you leave by 6 p.m. Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
No, that's what you're saying is I love Vallejo and I rep, but It's, what you're saying is valid.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it is.
Dude, yeah, I think it has one of the highest crime rates, and like they got real problem with law enforcement,
Yeah.
you know, like some dark stuff, but
Yeah. I think a lot of times too with the numbers, it goes along with the actual amount of people that are crammed into a location. So
yeah.
it's like a lot of times like you'll be like, well, there's no crime in Knightson, but there's only like four people in Knightson.
Yeah, exactly. They, they all work at the convenience store.
Yeah. But then someone gets in a fight and they're like, damn it.
Yeah, right. Half our town is in a fight.
And it's the same with schools too. Like, so if
Yeah,
you have a huge school, then the numbers are going to
yeah,
be different than a school with like 25 people, like where
totally.
they're like, well, everybody here is doing great, it's
Yeah,
like,
it's all kumbaya. Yeah.
except for Timmy.
There is always one guy.
Yeah, but
Dude, we used to be so mean. I bet you have memories when you were a kid, but okay, so this is bad, but this is how kids are. There was
here
a
we go.
kid. Yeah, sorry, but there was a so this is like probably freshman year in high school. There was a kid called his name was
Alt.
Rick Sear. Yeah. What are we in Britain? I know his friend. He was called
Yeah.
Rick Sears.
We used to take the maths.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. What a shirt lifter. No, so this guy's name was Rick Sears, and he just looked, no matter what he did, he looked dirty.
Oh
So
God.
he was like Ethan Hawke, no matter what. It's like, dude, brush. He's like, I did. No, this kid was Rick Sears, so they used to call him like Sick Deer and Lick Rear and all this other stuff, and then they would sing. And just by the time it was junior year, his just shoulders were slumped, and he was just like defeated. It was so sad. We're,
It's
we're
like,
both laughing as we think about
I
it. But
know, like,
do you
wow.
have memories of like
Oh, yeah.
stuff like that in high school?
Oh my gosh. Let me dig deep into my freaking
Oh, dude,
Oh my God.
it's
Oh,
like I'll give you an example. They redid the lyrics to the song Lean on Me. It was like Dirt on Me or something. It was like sometimes in our lives we all do reek, but if we are wise, we'll take a shower. Lick
oh man.
rears.
Kids are brutal. I don't think kids can be as brutal anymore.
Oh, right.
I
You
think
get
that
canceled or you
you
get in
get like
trouble.
sued. Uh there was definitely so much of that in grade school. Yes. I can't think of much offhand. There was in high school though, even worse. We were really mean to each other as friends.
Oh
Like
yeah.
like we had a friend that was like he was really cool and he was totally like part of our group. He was kind of a dork. Like he
Yeah.
always wore a tucked in like polo shirt and he was a
Mm.
total silver spoon kid. Like his dad was like this big doctor and they lived in a beautiful house. And so we made fun of him because he was like so spoiled
Yeah.
and rich. And it was a ridiculous display of like, oh my God. And his last name was Finley.
Uh-huh.
So, and he literally had a laugh. And he's the nicest guy ever. But actually, he was kind of a dick sometimes too. He had a laugh that he would, you know, he would he would laugh, and his laugh was literally, duh. And so like we would like we I had a friend that was it was funny because like my friend Dave, he was actually also a very nice, like polite guy who would never say anything mean, but something about with Finley would say something and he would mock his laugh. Like even if he barely like if he was like if Finley would go, oh yeah, it's pretty funny. And Dave would go, duh, shut the fuck up, Finley.
It's like a John Goodman movie.
Yeah, it was totally like he could say anything like he'd be like, yeah, I think I'll get like a some Doritos. And he's like, duh, shut the fuck up, Billy. God, you're such a fucking idiot.
Sounds so high school. You're out of your element, Dorito face. Fuck off.
Fucking idiot. God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Just so brutal and mean. Yeah, I don't know. Other things, other mean things. I mean, there's just so much. Like kids are just brutal, right?
But we all do it to each other. You know, I was thinking this is really small, but it just came to my mind now. For example, and this dude, I use it to this day, and it happened to you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is great. Okay, we're in Vegas. TL.
Oh.
I'm playing with Tainted Love with you guys. Did we freeze up?
No, there was a little like message thing that came up, but anyway,
Oh, the
it was
messages.
It was Finley. Shut the fuck up, Finley.
Yeah. So I mean, this almost can twist into a yarnar. We'll wait. But so I remember this line. We're all sitting around kind of so-called backstage. You were changing your strings, and Alex said to you, "How's your bag? Comfortable?"
Oh, because
Because your bag was sitting on a seat.
Yeah.
So there's like 5 chairs
Yeah.
and 7 of us, and 1 chair is taken up with your huge
Yeah,
guitar bag.
Yeah.
He's like, "How's
Yeah.
your bag? Comfortable?"
Yeah. Is your bag? How's your bag doing? I'll stand because your bag looks pretty comfortable right now. That's a good one.
Was that so? That wasn't the first time he had said that to you, I guess.
No, I know Alex does it. Steve would do it a lot.
Oh, it's great.
He'll do it a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
I say it to Nervo all the time.
Yeah.
He has like 3 chairs filled with stuff. He has like a spider backpack on one. You know, his spider backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the freaking Pellegrinos, like
oh yeah. A tin of butter or whatever he took from the other gig.
A tin of butter, creamers, bunch of creamers. Yeah, I was thinking about this actually, because we can be so brutal with comedy, to friends, because I feel like I'm a believer in comedy actually, and this is a subject that gets brought up a lot with comedians. I'm no comedian by any means, but it's almost is a yarn like it being actually putting someone down and laughing at someone else's expense if the joke is good enough. It's someone you know what I mean, like if you know it's gonna burn but also be so funny and they're gonna be okay, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm kind of really brutal because I don't give a shit if they're okay. I think
because sometimes
if it's funny and if it's
funny
where you're coming from is the difference. So you could tell it's just a case by case. If someone is hating, it's never funny and it's always pathetic.
Right.
If somebody is clever and it kind of hurts, I'm sorry, it's funny because and I also think and here's why I stand by that is because you could say anything about me literally. And if it's funny, I gotta give it to you, even if it hurts, and I can be a target a lot. And I'm all for like just the art of it.
Me too. Sure. I totally am too. And you can read someone's body language. Usually. It's funny though, a lot of times if someone doesn't know you that good, sometimes I'll even roast people even more, kind of like a getting to know you kind of a vibe.
Oh, it's a great style.
Like there was actually one of our singer, because we've kind of had like this door of like different players coming into TL, right?
Oh yeah.
And Jude, have you played with Jude? He's probably done Mustache.
Yes, I have. Yes,
okay, so super cool, and he just jumps right in, and he's kind of quiet, right? And so one of his first ones, he's kind of getting loose and talking about stuff, and he's like, we were talking about Peter Gabriel. So what? Wait, so what is that the name?
It's just
so what is that's Miles Davis, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, he's like, yeah, did you know that Stuart Copeland played the hi-hats on Red Rain, just the hi-hats? And I knew that actually, and I was like, yeah, and he also played I think he played on like the whole album, and he's like, oh, no way. And so then like he kind of kept talking about it, and then like everything that came up, I was like, they're like, yeah, I guess we're playing like this Poison song. I'm like, well, like Stuart Copeland played the hi-hats on that too. And like I could tell he was kind of like fine, dude. Like, fine. I
I
won't
guess.
bring it. I won't say anything. I'm like, and I
Ah!
just kept like digging. I'm like, well, actually, Stuart Copeland also played hi hats on like on everything.
Stuart Copeland also didn't like when I made little jokes, but you know, dude, that's so funny because I also had a thing with Jude. Jude, I wish you'd be listening. That'd be so great.
I know he's funny as shit, man.
Dude, he's like really dry with his way, and
Yeah.
he's a really good singer. And so the first time I met him, he did a Mustache Harbor gig, and he was backstage. We were all backstage, and I came in, and everyone's already back there, and had never met him, so I looked over, and I thought he was part of the help staff because he just dressed, really plain and like all black, and I think he had a polo, and he has like
Yeah.
dress shoes,
Yeah.
and I go,
You're like,
oh,
can I get some more batteries? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Can I get some more ice? No, I said, I finally met him, and I go, yeah, oh, and I was just trying to josh him around and stuff, and I go, oh, I was wondering why we had an off-duty priest back here, and so it's nice to see you, because he's got really like parted on the left side hair or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and he did not laugh.
He didn't take it. Yeah.
No, everyone else did. Billy was like, that's just, and I was like, hey, dude, see, there's an example. Like Billy, I will rip on. He's got like the Miles Davis itis or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's so sweet because when I do it with Brett, make fun of Billy with his voice to Brett, she'll do that cute scrunch face, like, that's rough, and I'll be like, don't worry, dude, but
an agreement. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I know it probably gets to him a little bit, but Billy will laugh too. I mean,
Yeah.
and I make fun. Another one with Billy is okay, Billy is an incredible guitar player for Mustache. He's played with all the bands we know. He's a 8'9" Chinese man.
Yeah.
And
he looks
so
amazing. Like every time I see pictures of Billy, I'm like,
yeah.
motherfucker, like he looks so cool. Like,
yeah,
it's just he's got the body type, that slender, tall,
right.
like he's just like everything looks cool. I wish I
Yeah.
I wish
Well,
I
he
had
also
it.
he has great style.
Mhm.
Great style. So he's really good fashion sense, and frankly, the money to
Dude,
buy whatever he wants.
yeah,
Yeah.
he bought
Like,
6 extra inches on his on his leg.
nice. Yeah, legs is what we're talking about. No, he's got great style. So,
That took a weird
but
turn.
yeah, I did. Oh, dude, there's so many great things coming to mind. So we'll be walking to dinner from Bimbo's after sound check. This is in North Beach in San Francisco, and he has a certain way of walking that he'll walk ahead of everyone because he's kind of like an only child. He's not actually an only child, but he behaves like one. Like the world is there for his taking, which
Yeah.
I love. But he'll be out walking in front of us, and he just has this way of surveying the world around him. And Jamie's walking back behind me, and he goes, "Look at him, not a care in the world," you know. And so I'll always say to Billy, like, "Hey, you ain't got no care in the world," and he'll just give a little smile. So then we go upstairs. We're gonna go to a Chinese place because he knows the good ones to go to.
Nice.
Yes, because he's Chinese. All right.
Yeah.
Is that racist? So we go up in there, and here's I always, I know that he speaks some Chinese. I want to hear it. I'm interested. I don't have a chance to hear this. I think it's beautiful and cool to hear, but he doesn't have much of a voice, right? So I want him to, or everybody's like, "Can I get the Mushu?" Like saying it all
Number
ugly and
14.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Are those noodles crispy?
Got
And
any fortune cookies? We're all like somehow like
totally southern.
Texas rejects.
This cookie says, "Shut the fuck up, Finley."
This might be weird. Can I get a chalupa?
Yeah. Y'all have forks in this bitch?
Can I get barbecue sauce with my wontons?
And a glass of water. You got any ketchup? No. I want to hear Billy order when it comes around to him. I want to hear him like really do a flurry, because actually he ends up going, you guys just don't, I know how to, and then he's gonna order for the table. So I'm all revved up to hear him like just go at it and do a flurry of Chinese. Instead, all I hear on the other part of the table is so that's how I tease him all the time is, oh, I can speak Chinese. All you gotta do is go yeah.
Yeah. You're like, what'd you say? He goes, I ordered online.
Yeah.
I just typed it in.
I asked her what time she gets off.
Yeah.
That's the way he hits on girls.
Yeah, nice. You're like, what the hell? Where's my sweet tea? Oh man. Okay. The clock is ticking. I got to get into one show that I did last week. Real quick. Just start swerving around.
Yeah, I want you to tell me, but can you start with the text you sent me, because it was awesome.
Yeah. What did I say? I said it.
I'll tell you.
Like,
I'll tell you.
Fueled up the tank or something, right?
Yeah. I fueled up the tank, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And you're like, "Shitty gig."
Yeah. See, now that's the beauty of what we're doing here is even when the whole show goes to shit, that's a positive for us.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get some sponsors, I mean, Amazon, if you want to buy us, I know they bought Smartless for like 80 million. I'll sell it for like 50,000,
Not bad.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, okay, what's going on? My phone's freaking out. So I played at Hard Rock. Oh, this is a multi-layered story actually, because there's more.
Yeah.
I don't think you were there for part of this. So I'll start with Hard Rock in general.
Yeah.
So the booker that books me, right? I played Hard Rock, and for some reason, after I played, I pay him his commission through Venmo. And in my head, I'm thinking, so it's Hard Rock Cafe in San Francisco, and I play there every Tuesday.
Yeah.
In my head, though, I wrote HOB 11-1 commission, whatever, and sent it HOB. I'm thinking House of Blues in my head, right?
Yeah, I'm like, what?
And because they remind me of each other or something, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Nothing clicked, right? And so I just sent it, and I talked to him the next day, kind of told him about the gig, and he goes, "Hey man, I was all confused." Like, he's like, "What? I didn't know what HOB was. What's HOB?" And it's not clicking. And I go, "Oh yeah, dude. Like I play there with a bunch of bands, and that's just what all my friends and band. We just call it HOB." And he was like, "Okay." Anyways, and then we moved on. I moved on real fast, and he was just like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like,
the House Ock Buffet.
Like, duh, it's like HOB. That's what we call it. Hard Rock Cafe. I'm like, yeah. So like, he's probably like, maybe the hard object, but
Totally.
So I never explained it. So I guess to put an end to that story, like 5 days later, I saw Durbin, and James Durbin is actually going to play there.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, how was the thing?" And I go, "Oh yeah, oh, you're playing at House of," and it clicked as soon as I was saying it. I was like, "You're playing at Hard Rock." Oh my God. Like, I was like,
I need to call that dude.
Yeah, I was like, dude. And so then we were joking, like, we should just mix up HOB and just start calling places HOB. Like, bro, we call it HOB, like Harlow's.
Yeah.
We're playing at HOB, dude.
Yeah.
So anyways, I did text him the next day, and he never replied. He's like, "You are an idiot." So the gig, though, the one that I sent you the text about. So I play there. I've only played there at this time. I'd only play there twice, and it's fun. Like, you sit up in the bar/restaurant, and it's a lively group. Most people are on vacation. A lot of like European travelers, which is not good for tips. Like, it's always it's always bad when you hear like a shilling drop in your tip.
What are you talking about? That's 100 yen.
Yeah, like yeah. I literally looked one up, and I was like, I was like, first when I hear that cling, I'm like, oh my God, thank you
Yeah.
so much. And so I looked up because I'm not up on my Euro
Right.
coins. I'm like,
Right.
how much is a pence? How much is 10 pence? Oh, that's like 10 cents. Thank you. Cool.
Great.
So, anyways, I normally play in the bar. I get there and I'm like, oh, you want to just like move the stuff out of the way? And they're like, no, actually, tonight we're gonna put you over there. It's gonna be great in this side room where like nobody's at. And I was like, uh, okay. Like no one's in there and this room's packed. And they're like, yeah, there's gonna be a private party in there and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be totally full. And I'm like, okay. So I'm setting up and they're like way behind. And so I start at 6 and it's like 6 and they're pushing chairs. And they're like, yeah, you can just start. And I'm like, okay. And I'm playing like ling, 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 ling. It's like chairs are moving.
And no one's in there yet.
No
No,
one's
no
in there. It's
patrons.
just this, it's just the staff. So I'm like 20 minutes into my set and I kind of stop and I go, you guys want me to be playing right now? Because I don't need to play. They're like, no, it's so much fun for us, you know? And I'm like, cool.
God.
And
Are
so
you
I,
singing at that point or just
yeah,
playing?
no, I'm singing too. I'm singing, you know, I'm like, learning to fly for, you know, learning to set up tables. And
Yeah.
so finally I see a guy, Asian fellow, and he
Yes.
walks in and he looks very serious. Like he's like, he kind of looks at me like he wants to kill me. Like, why am I there? And he's pointing and giving orders and blah, 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 blah. And like, I'm like, okay, that must be like the CEO or something of this company.
Right.
And
And then
slowly,
he leans into you and he goes,
yeah, I just have a text that says I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. So and then you know his people start filing in. Some of them have like suitcases, like they just literally showed up like off a bus or something,
wow.
and they're filing in. They're filing in. No one's saying anything. And then I quickly realized nobody speaks English. Like this is, and I'm like, okay. And I kind of like, I'm like, okay, nobody speaks English. And there's like one person that I would quit, I would end a song, and one guy would go, but there's nothing, right? And so I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. So I get to about, you know, like I'm like an hour in. I only play there 2 hours. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna take a quick break because I kind of wanted to reassess like, am I supposed to actually be in here?
Right.
So and I always talk to the bartender and he's cool. And I go up and I'm like, first off, I need a drink.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I'm like, what is up, dude? Like, what's going, why am I in there? And he's like, the first thing he says, he's like, that guy's a fucking dick, man. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. And he's like, God, he's an asshole. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, am I supposed to be in there? And he's like, yeah. He's like, it sucks. He's like, I don't know what they're, why you're in there. And that guy's an asshole. And like, he's bossing everybody around. And I'm like,
What a dick. He doesn't even speak English.
yeah. And I'm like, okay. So at that point, I'm like, it is what it is. Let's just go finish this thing out, right?
Yeah.
So I go in and I just start playing again, and I feel like maybe the boss guy, the dickhead, he's sensing like my frustration,
Yeah.
maybe, and so he kind of leans over and like in the second verse of a song, like I'm like, you know, like in whatever song, like maybe like the second verse, he whispers to one of his guys, and everybody in the room goes
In the middle of the song.
in the middle of the song. And I'm like, okay, that was a weird spot to do that, but thank you. And so I keep playing, and then I end the song, no claps, 0 claps at the end. And then I start another song, nothing, nobody's paying attention, nobody's paying attention. Maybe like the pre-chorus, applause.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, this is getting weird. They did that like 7 times, like
Dude,
where it was
so bizarre.
yeah. And so and I also got whispers that they were from Malaysia.
Okay.
And so I'm like, so then I asked them, I go, where are you guys from? Because I want to just like kind of zero in, like, exactly where, you know, like I'm not that hip on my Malaysia, but I know Indonesia, and they go Indonesia. I go Indonesia. I went to Indonesia.
Yeah.
Blank stares. And I go Surabaya. I went to Surabaya. Nothing, just dead silence. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Well, your accent.
okay. And then I'm like, Jakarta. I think that one's pretty
Yeah.
Jakarta.
Right.
And they look at each other. Dead silence. I'm like, okay. And I start the next song.
They just start wildly clapping when you say
Like,
Jakarta.
no clapping. So then I start playing again, right? And I see the whisper again. And I'm like, oh, here comes the mid-song clap again. And he whispers, they all look at me. And they all start laughing, looking at me and like pointing and laughing. And so I'm like, this is great. Okay, this is
Oh my god! I wish someone was filming that.
I
You know what I imagine? It's like when you're naming the cities. It's like if someone from another country came and played here at the Hard Rock, let's say, and you're sitting
Yeah.
there and they don't speak English and they just go Des Moines.
That's
You know what I mean? Tennessee.
that is true. I did it. I was trying to connect. I was doing the best I could.
No, I love it, but it's like I wonder if that's dude. I love the laugh at the end. That's
Oh,
great.
dude, big laugh. They're having a great time. So
What kind of drink did you have? That's what I want to know.
just you know, lately
if you
like,
only had a beer, I'm a bit disappointed.
yeah, that's usually what I drink, and it's so funny because I drink these, like I think I talked about it last time, like these bone broth IPAs. They're like, it's like the worst thing you can drink for your voice, but it's just what I want to drink when I'm playing these things. So I'm drinking that. So then I mean, I guess they're loosening up, not much because they're still laughing at me, but the CEO guy comes up again. Oh yeah, and also there was a point where I was playing and he comes up to me. I'm like, I thought he was gonna say something positive, and he does his hands like this, and he like
keep it
and
down.
so I start playing quieter, and he's like pushing the air, like I'm pushing you lower, and so I'm like to where there was like nothing, and then and when I was like nothing, like totally subdued, he was like okay, and he walked away, and I'm like, how long do I have to not be making noise, you know?
Oh my god!
And it was amazing. Like there was no like, oh, just finish the song. He was like, no, I'm going to like freaking push you down with my hand.
Always in the second verse.
Yeah, second verse, something about it. So then the last thing that happened was he goes, Bon Jovi? And I was like, yeah, I got you. And he goes, always? And I was like,
Whoa.
Always? Like, what is that? And I was like,
maybe he means only play Bon Jovi for the rest of the night.
no, it kind of rang a bell. I'm like, yeah, Bon Jovi has a song Always that was like a mid 90s hit, but maybe not a hit. It's the one that's like, I will, but like,
Yeah,
I can't just pull that. I can't pull that out. Like, no. I'm like, I don't know. Like, and he goes, Michael Bublé. And I'm like, wow. Like that's also one that I don't.
Oh, dude, those are two wildly different things.
Exactly. And he's like,
how about Tiny Tim?
Yeah, yeah. He's like, home, Michael Bublé, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like these aren't like. And I was like, bad name, and he's like, bad name, okay. You know, like I got that one fired up, but he was not like.
You go like, bad name, and the whole crowd starts laughing again.
It's just that was a gig that like
wow.
And then so I finished the gig and they were fine, you know. It was like we left and I was like, my god, what the hell just happened? Load up my stuff, get my check. And another thing, they give you your payment there. It's like you just bought like a car. Like it's this huge piece of paper. Like
what?
They include your original invoice and like this envelope, and so it's huge. And so I'm like folding it up like forever, and I put it, I'm an idiot, and I put it in my back pocket, and I go to my car, which is like from Pier 39. It's not far, but you have to cross the street, go into the parking lot, unload my gear, and I pull out my stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, where's the check? I lost the check. I was like, I just played a whole show that was a nightmare, and all I have is this payment, and now I lost it. Like this is, I almost was like, of course, like
You're
that's
like, forget it. I got to get out of here.
I almost did. And I was like, no, fuck that. Like, I got to see, maybe it's somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm walking back, retracing my steps. It's in the middle of the street in San Francisco, and it's like raining. And I was like,
It fell out of your back
it
pocket. That's pretty
fell
crazy.
out of my, because it's huge. It's like this huge, weird, folded up thing.
Your
But
big booty is what was the problem.
it just
Was.
bumped it out.
Yeah.
And yeah. And so I grabbed it, and then I got in my car, and that's when I texted you. I was like, Jesus.
Dude, I thought you were gonna go back in there and be like, "Who took my fucking check?" You know what I mean? Like yell at the crowd.
Yeah.
Like they took
They
it.
said you're a dickhead. Yeah.
I see why you're laughing now. You're freaking thieves.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, that was it's like we say, like that was my tax, my gig tax, right? Like you got to pay, pay your tax, and they're not all going to be winners. And that
oh my
was
god.
not one.
Okay, so oh my god. Well, I don't compete with that, but this is just a recent one to say, yes, now the gigs are gold. I do want to say that the grand majority are really good, and we're lucky.
Yes,
But
I say that too.
Another thing besides maybe just ethnic difference or kind of where you're from and language and stuff like that can be age sometimes.
Yes.
And I'm down to play to any age. I love it. It's fine. I play a lot of like retirement homes and stuff. But we played at the Olympic Club in San Francisco for the women's club, and I thought this is going to be awesome. Generally women make up a grand majority of Neon Velvet fans. So I thought this is going to be killer. It sucked. They also had another room, except for everyone was in that other room. It's like that problem when there's a bar in another room separate from the performance area, and then people just end up sitting at tables and drinking in the other room, and like you can hear the music. And we have like 7 crazy people in front of the stage that want to dance. And so this lady, we're playing, and she's like, we're playing 80s, 90s, 2000s, and she standing right in front of the stage trying to talk to me in the middle of a song, as they do. And I kind of ignore her for a while. Finally, I lean toward her, and she's like, "We're old. Can you just play, like, do you know Pretty Woman?" I mean, that's something that a band can't pull out if you don't know it. I mean, and so I don't know why, but I go, "How does that go?" And she
Pretty
goes,
Woman.
"Yeah." I go, how does that go? Like I didn't know what it was. And I don't know why I did that, but I was in a weird mood. And she goes, "Pretty Woman," like that. And I didn't know if she's yelling at me or singing. I kind of went, let me see if we know that. And the weird thing is she just never stopped doing that. She just like turned around to her friends and went, "Pretty Woman, Pretty Woman," like in the middle of the songs and in between the songs, and kind of doing the opposite of the guy that was pushing the air down. She was like, "Raise the roof," like to her friends, like, "Sing along, Pretty Woman, Pretty
You're
Woman."
like, I still don't know the song.
Yeah, and she also never did like the next line. She just kept
Oh my
doing
God.
Pretty Woman.
Dude.
Sir, can I have a drink?
Yeah. Dude, I'm sorry. I've got like freaking chaos going. I'm getting texts that my wife has to leave.
Okay.
So, gotta wrap. Let's do a quick Yarnar, real quick.
Got it.
Okay, I'll go fast. Line dancing, Yarnar.
Yar, I don't do it, but why not?
I'm a Yar too, because it's ridiculous and hilarious and funny to watch. And it's an art form. I think I better end it quickly with one Yarnar. I'm sorry, listener, but I have a catastrophe happening. I'm getting texts right now.
Okay.
But sorry, dude. But
no, go ahead.
Good times, and we'll get another one with so much more time next time. Anything exciting happening this week for you?
All I can say is in January we're gonna be doing a sort of an audition for a showcase for Dumb and Dumber in Vegas. So I'm super excited. We're just doing a 2-man sort of audition of it. So we're prepping for that. That's it, man.
Cool, man.
Yeah, we'll talk more. Dude,
Okay.
I had all this stuff I was gonna say, but
Yeah.
whatever.
This is what we call cutting it short. I have a little baby staring at me. But cool, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother. See you, man.
Green room is probably not clean. The green room, it's definitely not green. The green room, can I get some more ice? If you're not